Well, hello and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me, and Happy New Year. I thought I'd start off the year with something of a big hitter, something from a distillery that very few people have heard of. Scottish Malt Distillery, brand new, their first single malt release. It is the Isle of Raasay single malt. They are a new distillery in the Hebrides. Hebridean single malt Scotch whisky. And let me tell you a little bit about it. I didn't know a great deal about it, but let's just talk first of all about the packaging. I love this little simple cardboard box here. Inside we have just the most wonderful bottle. This is so thick. It weighs as much as an anchor. The glass is so thick, and it's embossed with all of these fossil type details. Never seen anything quite like that. How wonderful this packaging is. Really heavy, hefty bottle. So this bottling is 46.4% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour, Scottish barley. They make this out of a blend of peated and unpeated whiskey, and there's a lot of information on the back here. But they actually use they use peated and unpeated spirit, and they use three different cask types. They use ex-rye whiskey cask. They use a chinkapin oak cask. I confess I don't quite know what chinkapin oak is. And then they use a Bordeaux red wine cask as well. So they're blending, and you know, they're giving us here almost the recipe of this whiskey. It's really great to see that. So just a simple, cheap cardboard box, and this wonderful, heavy. Keep holding it up in the hope that you can see just how thick this glass is, but I think it's hard to get an appreciation of it. So it's a young whiskey. It doesn't come with an age statement, but my guess is it must be around the 3 to 5 year mark. Wonderful. It is young on the nose, but it's not nippy. It does not feel unfinished or immature. It's just a sort of spirit forward, youngish whiskey. Now, alcohol note there, yes. Peated, new make spirit, yes, I picked that up as well. When I first opened this, I wasn't very excited about it because I was picking up on the nose a very awkward note that I thought was a little bit glue-like or almost ammonia-like, which was more than a little off-putting, but that has now completely vanished. I'm getting a lovely Lapsang Souchong tea, a smoked tea. Great fruity notes, strawberry, lots of cereals, a kind of slightly muted cocoa. Baked apple, acetone, fresh mint, very fresh mint. Mulled wine spices, oat cakes, digestive biscuits, nectarine. These sort of mineral or like fragrant notes to it, like cut grass or fresh wildflower. Lots of coastal notes, bit of smoke. It's clear that this is a peated and unpeated whiskey sort of married together, and you see the two sides of this. You see the peated coastal side, and then you're getting this wine cask influence as well. but the wine, nothing here overpowers, right? So the peat doesn't overpower and the wine cask doesn't overpower. Both of those things could easily overpower whiskey, but this is this brilliant balance, which you rarely do you find in such a young whiskey. A bit of condensed milk or something creamy, some Weetabix maybe. Palate is lively, a little bit of alcohol heat, but it doesn't, again, as on the nose, it doesn't feel unfinished or harsh. Some cereal notes, smoke, sweet cereals. The red wine is coming through as it moves on to the finish. Got a very milky presence to it on the palate as well. New make spirit, chocolate, Jamaica ginger cake. It's not too sweet, slightly spirity, mineral, a little bit of sour cherry as well on the palate. Very good full range of flavours. Let's give it a little bit of water. I'll give it less than a teaspoonful, I think, because I find this a little bit easy to drown, but sometimes it benefits from a few drops. Much more fruit and crisp apple, bramble fruits, more sour cherry, milk chocolate. Salted caramel, like peanut brittle as well. Cinnamon, icing sugar, vanilla ice cream, fudge. Lots and lots of salt. Waxiness like wax crayons in the box. Cheesecake base. The crumbly base of a cheesecake. And salty licorice. Seaweed as well. Palate with water, a lot sweeter, not getting the nip of the alcohol anymore. Salty, seaweedy, baked apple, slightly sour apple, much more sweet cereal. And the finish, it just has a big rush of black licorice. Salmiak, which is the finish salted licorice, cocoa, bitter coffee, slightly phenolic, peaty, iodine notes, sea salt, mineral. It has a pretty long finish for a young whiskey as well, and just a nice little bit of extinguished barbecue as well, extinguished campfire. Anyway, I think this is really excellent. I paid, I think, about 90 Canadian for this. I'm really glad that I bought it. It's just an opportunity to have something that very few people will have tried. You're getting something unique. They're telling a story here. Really glad that I paid for it. It's not yet, equal to 12-year single malts, but still very, very competent. I'm very excited to see what Raasay will bring out in the future. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. Like, comments and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers. Goodbye.